Hi, and welcome to this session about how algorithms are transforming the seafood trade and why you will love it. I'm Bjørnar Kvalsnes, Director of Product and Technology, and I will do this together with Oddvar Husby, Vice President of Data Science here in Maritech. This is Tokyo Fish Market. Do we believe that this market can be done online? Can we give these fish buyers enough data to decide which fish they choose? That is an open question. But some facts. 46% in China buy seafood often or very often online. Almost half of the population in China are doing that. This is new data from the Norwegian Seafood Council, released in May this year. And they have asked 23,000 people globally about this. That is enormous numbers. If you look at Norway, only 2%. So we are far behind. The analysis company Edge by Essential says that 28% of the grocery sales are online. Twice as much as the 2015 estimates. And with the highest growth in Africa, Asia, and in the Middle East. In Norway, we look at ourselves as early adopters of new technology. But in grocery shopping online, we are far behind the others. But what has this to do with the algorithms? And how does this affect you as a seafood seller or seafood producer? The main goal for every business is to optimize margins with getting a premium price to a minimum cost. E-commerce will have impact on the business model, and we believe that you need to be awake on the trends to be one of tomorrow's winners. Maritech has built software for the seafood industry for over 40 years. No other vendor has more experience with selling seafood globally. And we are proud of that. Through the value chain, you are producing data in all the verticals. To meet the future, you need to utilize all this data together with other data sources to have a digital competitive edge. To minimize your cost, you need at first to control all your processes, from sea through production and your logistics. You need full cost control of every single piece in your value chain. When you produce sushi, it's good to have control on the cost of every single piece and full traceability of all ingredients. Then you can start measure how changes impacts your business. And when you have control, then you can start to remove manual processes with digitalization. Automatic cost control on invoices is one example, and during the last years we have digitalized the logistics and the communication between exporter and the transporter. And that we are doing that for increasing the quality on the interaction and optimize the logistics. This is good examples. But what we see today, we are meeting the new sales channels to e-commerce, and that will change the industry. The sales today go mainly through email and phone. The change to e-commerce will digitalize this. You will reduce cost, but you will also need to change your sales process. Who are your customers tomorrow? Will the distributor level change? And who will win the margins? You need to be prepared for a new future. So how to meet the future? Storytelling will be more important in a digital market. You can choose between two salmon products. If you can choose between two salmon products, you want to have another differentiator than price. Most of us have control of telling a story about the origin. But we need now to use all the data all the way from the customer to tell a better story. We believe that data about sustainability and logistics and the freshness and the quality from packing plant to the customer will be important differentiators. Smart allocation and optimize the sourcing of right quality to right market will also be important. Algorithms combined with objective sensor data on the species will give you a competitive edge. So data-driven insights are more important on all levels. Tomorrow's winners are data-driven, and Oddvar will talk more about this.
Hi, I agree. Data-driven insight will become more and more important. That's a fact. Utilizing data in smart ways, for example through AI or artificial intelligence, will increasingly become an important differentiator also in the seafood industry. A recent study by McKinsey shows that 2/3 of companies that have started using AI for inventory optimization, pricing strategy, customer analytics, and sales and demand forecasting reported increased revenues. Of those that succeed, more than 80% reported an increase in margin by 1 to 3 percentage points. That's a significant effect. The bottom line is, using data in smart ways, including AI, pays off. So the question is not if you should do it, the question is when to start. And as you know, seafood trading is a complex problem. And while you as an industry do this very well, it's fair to assume that it can be done even better. There is a lot of data available, and we will believe that by better utilizing the information that is in your data, you can increase both efficiency and profitability. What if we, by utilizing insight from data, could increase margins from seafood trade with 1 percentage point? That would mean almost 100 million NOK in added revenue for the Norwegian seafood industry every year. Or if we could optimize logistics and cut costs by 0.1 NOK per kilo, that would mean around 100 million NOK in saved costs every year. So the potential benefits are there. So why do we believe that AI is perfect for seafood trading? This graph shows sales of seafood for just one of our clients in 1 week. In this single week, fish is being moved from locations on the left-hand side of the picture to the customers on the right-hand side. And seeing this, 2 thoughts come into my mind. Number 1, well done. For those of you that manage this every day, I'm very impressed. And the second thought is, can you be sure that you're doing this right? Because this picture only shows part of the complexity. You're not only moving one type of fish for a fixed price. Customers have demands for type, size, quality, certifications, and price. Your job is every week to maximize the value of the fish by making sure that the right fish is ending up with the right customer. And you also need to look at this picture over time. Can you pick up trends that suggest you should change your product mix or focus on specific markets? And can you determine, based on your assumptions on the price development, what is the right mix between contract and spot sales? Obviously, this is a very complex picture and system to handle. And this is why we think AI is perfect for trading. First of all, because, as we have seen, it's a problem with a high degree of complexity. Secondly, speed is essential because the fish is fresh and needs to be moved quickly to the end customer. And thirdly, because supply is uncertain, meaning that every day and up to the day the fish is slaughtered, your supply picture might change and you will constantly need to adapt. So all in all, it's a lot of information to process and to handle manually. So we claim, and it's a strong belief that we have, all the data that is available is highly underutilized. And secondly, and that's a known fact, backed by a lot of science, is that we as humans, we overestimate our ability to make right choices when faced with a lot of information and complex data. And this is exactly a type of problem when algorithms are perfect for supporting us. And let me stress the word support. Algorithms are supporting your decisions by structuring your insight and knowledge and adding the computational power and ability to process information that you don't have as a person. So, okay, let's get down to specifics. We believe that we can use AI to optimize allocation and logistics. And to address this, we have started a project together with one of our customers and Møreforskning. The basic setup there is that we read input on locations and demands and supply and demand from our systems. On the supply side, it's information about the locations. And on the customer and demand side, it is information about the customer preferences and price assumptions. When we run this through the algorithms, the output will be for every location, how much fish of each size and quality you should give to each of the customers. And the goal is to generate a suggestion and an allocation that gives you the highest possible value. And we believe that if we succeed with this, our users will experience a more efficient allocation process with higher margins, faster turnaround, and reduced workload for planners and salespeople. Status is that we are well on the way with the project and expecting to have a working prototype by the end of this year. A second key project that we have is on price. Obviously, assumptions on future price for salmon and other fish types is very important for the industry. And we believe that the detailed transaction data, the hundreds and thousands of daily purchases and sales that our clients have in our systems, can be used to make better forecasting models. That's our assumptions. We are working together with SINTEF and another of our clients in developing a forecasting tool that utilize all these transaction data together with other types of data to make a good explainable forecasting model. We've just started on this, but so far the results look promising, and we believe that if we succeed, this forecasting tool will be a valuable support for you and for the industry as a whole. To wrap up, seafood trade is changing, and consumers are going online, and we will see new distribution channels and more power with the end consumer and the retailers. Who will be your competitors in the future? Maybe these guys representing Amazon and Alibaba. In this situation, ownership of data is key. With the right data, you can tell the right story about origin, health, and sustainability. And with the right data, you have information about customer preferences, product trends, and price developments. This data must be used to your advantage. And we believe AI is a perfect tool for seafood trade. With AI, you can make better and more informed choices, fully utilizing the insight that is in your own data. Doing this, you're better set up to meet the future. Thank you.